All right, folks. So we've got a couple of stories to look at here. A couple of them are intertwined with each other. Now, yesterday, I talked to you guys about how Cenk had essentially, confirmed that he was running. He had started his PAC. He had filed his PAC, Jang for Congress, but he had not yet, formally announced, hey, I'm running for California 25, the seat which was vacated by Representative Katie Hill, who resigned amid a scandal. So, Cenk has now formally announced that he will be running for the seat. He has announced it, which is really awesome. I'm really excited that he's running. It will be really, really awesome if Cenk wins the seat, and that's why we're going to have to try really hard to get him elected. Ro Khanna is supporting him, which is going to be really big. If we can get Bernard Sanders to give him a endorsement, that would be massive as well, obviously. He sent out a tweet saying, I'm running for Congress to represent California 25. If we fight together for the seat, it will be the people's seat. Fight with me by donating now. And it links to Act Blue. And if you look at the Act Blue page here, it says Cenk 2020. And it says donate to Jang for Congress. Politicians in Washington are bought and paid for with bribe money every single day. Whether it be big banks, healthcare industry, or the fossil fuel industry, corporations are buying our representatives and buying their votes. It stops here. It stops now. Donate to Cenk Uyghur's campaign for Congress and join us in taking a stand against corruption and big money in politics. Our first campaign fundraising goal is $200,000 in the next 48 hours. Can you join the fight and help us reach our first milestone? So he's trying to reach $200,000 in 48 hours. It is now at $118,000, so it's over halfway mark, with 4,347 people who have donated. So it looks like it's only been about like 5 hours, at least from this tweet. I don't know when it was. If this tweet is when this was officially shared and launched and everything, this is at 5:36 p.m. So it's only about 5 hours ago. So if that's legit, he's got it in 5 hours. That's an insane amount of money. I will try to remember. I always forget to do this. I will try to remember to leave the donation link down below. So make sure you go in and shoot him like $10 or 15 or whatever you can, obviously, to help him. Also sharing his campaign on Twitter, letting people know. Especially if you're in, California 25, phone banking is huge. Knocking on doors is really big. You got to remember, AOC won her campaign by not only having a strong social media campaign, but most importantly, knocking on doors. Because those are the people who are voting for you. So you need to knock on those doors. Now, the big question, that I was asking is, who's going to take over TYT after he leaves? There was a sort of obvious answer there, because there was sort of a number two, in the hierarchy at TYT, and that was Anna Kasparian. And it turns out that indeed Anna Kasparian will be taking over. She sent out a tweet saying, now that Cenk Uyghur has announced his run for Congress, he has passed on all editorial control of the Young Turks main show to me as executive producer. John Idarola will be my co-host on days Cenk is away campaigning. John's integrity and honesty is a perfect fit for the show. So, having Anna Kasparian at the helm will be very interesting. I'm curious to see what the changes are going to be. Obviously, I think Anna Kasparian is a very good host. I don't know if she's going to pick, really good stories, and if the delivery is going to be, very different, or what exactly is going to change. But I think it could certainly be a good thing. I think it could certainly result in a sort of a new and even more improved TYT. Who knows? Maybe it could even go a little bit further. They have a different vibe. They cover more interesting stories, stuff like that. It'll be very interesting to see. John Idarola is also a pretty good commentator, I would say. I enjoy, John Idarola's commentary. I've been watching him, ever since not the early TYT days, but like back in 2013 and 2014. So he's very good as well. What this also means is that Cenk will still be doing TYT to some degree. He won't be completely gone. He just won't be there on days that they are, campaigning, is essentially what's going on here. So that is very cool. I'm very interested to see what happens. I want to know your thoughts on, what's going to happen. Is it going to become better? Is it going to stay the same, etc., etc.? I definitely want to know your opinion on that. Now, the second story that I actually want to get into here, this was pretty unexpected, I would say. I would call it unexpected. Now, I have to be in an incognito window to see this tweet. So, comment down below if you are also part of the Blocked by Dave Rubin club. But I have to be in incognito window to see this. But Dave basically posted this screenshot, okay? It's an email that he received that says, Ocasio-Cortez and Sanders announced a Green New Deal for Public Housing Act. And it shows him sending an email to AOC saying, unsubscribe me from this list. How did you get my email address? AOC.press@mail.house.gov. So, I don't know why he didn't notice that in the first place. By the way, I'm not really sure why, Rafe Dubin was placed on the White House, not the White House, the congressional email list. That's what it says. So he says, hi, AOC, not sure who you bought my email from. Yeah, right. But I assure you I didn't sign up for your mailing list. Also, you offered no way to unsubscribe. Obviously, she's not going to buy your email, dude. No, nobody cares. You're Dave Rubin. Now, AOC clapped back, okay? She says, this is the official congressional press list, not a supporter mailing list. Our apologies, as someone must have mistaken you for a journalist. That'll be fixed right away. So that's a pretty harsh burn, is what I would say. Some pretty harsh burn. It's going to need some Neosport and some gauze pads, you know what I'm saying? So that is I didn't expect this, dude. There's no way if you had told me, hey, dude, tomorrow you're going to see Dave Rubin get completely roasted by AOC. It's no way you would have seen that coming. Impossible. I was like, what? And, I mean, when it comes to the numbers, I mean, this is just, it is just complete devastation. Generally speaking, the way the arguments go and whether or not this is a good thing is up for debate. Who gets more favorites and retweets? Because at that point, you're kind of democratizing the truth, which can be bad, obviously. But, dude, 2.3K favorites, 75,000 likes. And AOC's tweet is only a response. It's not a quote tweet. If you don't know how Twitter works, if you reply under someone's tweet, all of your viewers don't see, or your Twitter followers don't see it. But actually, that might have been changed by an update, so I'm actually not sure about that anymore. And then Dave responded, and I wish I had this pulled up. I'm sorry I don't. But he responded saying, it's true, I'm not a journalist, nor have ever pretended to be, but truly that was the most clever thing you've ever said. This is like if there was ever a one encapsulation of, that meme where it's the person crying with a happy mask over it? You know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I don't have it pulled up. That's literally what this is. That encapsulates this perfectly. Okay, that perfectly encapsulates this. I don't even know why he responded. I don't see the benefit of responding in this situation. I don't think there is a benefit in responding in this situation. But he's right. He's not a journalist. And the thing you've got to understand about the term journalist is, actually, before I go to that, I want to mention that why it is that Dave Rubin is on the congressional official press list. I don't know. That's crazy to me. I don't even understand why that's the case. It really makes no sense. But the term journalist is more for people who, writers at the New York Times and people actually, reporting the news. I'm somebody who's a commentator. Virtually everyone else in this sphere on YouTube is a commentator. They're not like documenting the news. They're commentating over it and talking about it and covering the news, basically. So it's different. That terminology is very semantical, of course, but I think it is a pretty important difference. So I guess I just throw that out there. Dave is obviously not a journalist, but he says that he's not a journalist. So I'm going to give him, he's not a journalist. I guess that's the case. But I did not expect this to happen. I was quite shocked, to be quite frank with you. I did not expect AOC to just completely snap on Dave like that. I definitely did not see that coming. And AOC has been on a bit of a streak lately. It was also revealed by her that she actually plays League of Legends. So that may be a topic for another video. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on both of these. You know, what do you think about Anna Kasparian taking over TYT? What do you think about Jang's chances at winning, etc., etc.? And again, I will try to remember to leave Jang's fundraiser link in the description box, but that's only if I remember.